God had a relationship with the people, and that relationship is like husband and wife connection. And the way husbands and wives fight with each other, it's different. And they fight because they belong to each other. They fight because he's wife's everything. And with whom she can deal with other than her husband, because he's her lover. Everything. She depends on him, she relies on him, and she let go things on him. And today, Jeremiah, speaking of a relationship of that sort, of that kind, where he says, Yahweh, you have seduced me, and I let myself be seduced. You have taken me by force and prevailed. I have become a laughing stock all day long. They all make fun of me. And Jeremiah is like that wife fighting with the husband. So underneath, it speaks of that true relationship, intimate relationship. And you have to have that relationship in your spiritual journey. It's not a business. It's a love relationship where you are hurt sometimes. Where you can't understand him, why he is doing things. You can't fathom, you can't completely understand the whole gamut of the plan. When you are in pain, when you are in torment, when you are in struggle, when you are in suffering, you fight with him. You react to him, not to anyone else. Jeremiah was betrayed, looked down upon, put aside, cornered. Jeremiah never fought with that people, those who did that to Jeremiah. Rather, he dealt with God. He dealt with God. When you're in struggle, don't go to the phone, rather go to the throne. That's the whole gist of that reading. And what happens in this beautiful love fight, love combat, where you react to him out of love. He says, I have decided to forget about him and speak no more in his name, but his word in my heart becomes like a fire burning deep within my bones. I try so hard to hold it in, but I cannot do it. See the love. Love and pain are interconnected, intertwined, entangled in such a way you can't separate it. Because it's pain, you will react, but because it's love, you can't leave. That's where the true joy of the relationship lies. Jesus says, I have come, I'm the chosen one, I have come to suffer. And the love that he has for Father, and he says, I have come to complete his will. And in completion of his will, I have to go through pain, terrible pain, not simple pain. Only he understood that. No one else. Because suffering in the world's eyes, in the worldly point of view, it's a curse. People hated it. But then Jesus loved it. Because he knew by suffering, as long as we have this human nature, flesh, we have to say no to that and to say yes to Father. And it's complete tug of war, spiritual tug of war. Jesus knew this and said, I have come to suffer. Because through that suffering, I'm going to save the world. And think about your lives. St. Paul says beautifully, I beg you, dearly beloved, by the mercy of God, go give yourself as a living and holy sacrifice, pleasing to God. That is the kind of worship for you as a sensible people. That's a sensible worship. To give your bodies as a sacrifice. That's your suffering, my dear friends. There's a beauty in your suffering. Always remember, there is power in pain. There's always power in pain. So your mission, your ministry will get power with pain. Devil wants you to have a lukewarm life. Life haphazardly lived. So when you take out your pain, and when you have comfort in your life, your ministry become pale, powerless. If you want power, there has to be pain. Pain and power are connected. That's where the Lord is saying, you have to take up your cross and follow me. There's power. So you have to do away with the worldly kind of thinking. That's why St. Paul says, don't let yourselves be shaped by the world where you live, but rather be transformed through the renewal of your mind. You must discern the will of God, what is good, and pleases, what is perfect. So you have to be designed and transformed in such a way you realize this pain. That's where Peter was used by devil to take away that pain. Once you take away that pain away, there's no power in your ministry. Of course, you will have power in the worldly sense of it. You will conquer lands with that kind of power, but then you will fail in your journey. So in order to have a spiritual power, my dear friends, you have to deal with your pain. And today the calling is such. He calls, if you want to follow me, take up your cross and follow me. And always remember, when you take the narrow path, not the broad path, or the highway, when you take the narrow path, remember that you have Jesus in front of you. You will have a lot of comforts in the broad path, but in your narrow path, you have Jesus. And what's the point? You loses your life and gain the whole world. You might lose everything to have Jesus. Jesus you will find in that path where you take your cross and follow him. So following him, it means he's in front of you. So don't be afraid. Don't be scared. He's there with you in your journey. Whenever you suffer for him. Remember, to suffer for him, you will have him with your journey. Think about it. Have a nice day. Amen. May God bless you.